Hey guys, Justin with Kayak Catfish. I'm out here on the Tennessee River today doing some wintertime kayak catfishing. Now today I'm back out in my new kayak. This is a new canoe pursuit with a bow mount electric motor on it, and I'm doing some trolling today. And you know, typically if you've watched some of my other trolling videos in my Hobie kayak, I like to suspend two baits off the front and drag two off the back. Now in this kayak I don't have a graph installed yet, and so because I don't have a way to constantly monitor my depth, I'm not suspending any baits at all today. But what I am doing, in addition to dragging two baits off the back, is I've got two more baits dragging off to the side of the kayak. I'm using planer boards to get them out away from the kayak. So right now I'm making my way down a creek channel here. I've got four baits out dragging. I've got cut skipjack for bait, and I'm just going to cover some water today. You know, I've been dealing with an injury these last few weeks, but I am much better. I'm almost completely back to normal, so I'm going to put some time in out here today. It's about 1 o'clock right now, and I've got till 5:30ish, 5:45ish before it gets dark these days, so I'm planning to use every minute of it, and I'm just going to keep moving, keep covering water, and hopefully we're going to come across some fish. Yes, what's going on here? I'm just trying to get my line back out and get it set back up when this one hit. Get the planer board rod. I'm trying out these new reels here. I don't know if I'm going to like them or not. These are the Okuma Classic reels. They're very cheap, but they hold a lot of line, and you know, for this planer board fishing you need a high line capacity just to be able to, you know, to do this, because you got to let out so much line for your baits, and then also a lot of line for your planer boards to get a good spread. But yeah, I know he didn't feel very big, but it's good to get a fish anyway. Alright y'all, fish number one's in the kayak. Let's keep it going. You know, and the motor worked perfect. Kept me going forward the whole time. The kayak never spun back in toward my other lines, so I didn't get tangled or anything. So exactly what I was hoping for with this setup. Going after that one right there, guys. He's pecking at it on the planer board rod. Got one right here too. Just got into a school of them. What about that other one over there? I think he's going off that one. Oh boy. We got us another golly whopper right here. Alright, another little blue cat. I'll tell you what, he ain't very big and ain't much of a fight, but I've missed this, guys. Like I said, I've been injured and just haven't been able to fish in almost 2 months, so to be able to catch anything, it's nice, it's fun. We'll get bigger, buddy. Let's get back to it. Guys, we got the fish on. I was just reeling them in here. I was getting ready to turn around and head back the other way, go up the other side of this creek channel. And this fish hit the planer board rod as I was reeling them in. This is my first fish being caught on this Leviathan rod that I won in the Yak Tribe tournament. Eric Gomez, the owner of Leviathan, he got with me and, you know, asked me a bunch of questions and just figure out what I wanted out of a catfish rod. And so I've had this rod for a while now and just been, you know, trying to heal up so I can get out here and use it and catch some fish with it. But so far it's a pretty nice rod. Alright y'all, fish number 3 on the day. First fish on that Leviathan rod. Caught this fish on a piece of cut skipjack on the planer board while I was reeling in my other baits here to get turned around. It's good to be catching them. Let's let him go. Head back up this other side of the creek channel. Here we go, guys, here we go. we go. Second fish today on this Leviathan rod. One thing I had changed, or one thing I told him I wanted on this custom rod, was I wanted a shorter butt end here. These catfish rods today on the market, most of them have a really long butt end, which is fine if you're standing up fighting a fish. But, us catfish guys, us kayak guys, we're sitting down when we're fighting them. And so that longer butt end, for me anyway, it just gives you, less leverage. It extends your bicep out further. At least, if you're using this foregrip. I like to use the foregrip. I don't like gripping the reel. Just personal preference thing. That's one of the things I'm really liking about this rod so far, though. Still ain't got to look at him yet. I think this one's a little bigger here. At least the biggest one of the day, anyway. But you know what? That motor doing its job. It's keeping me going forward, keeping my other lines going while I'm fighting this fish. If I'd been in my other kayak trying to do this, when this fish hit the rod, the front end of the kayak would have turned back into it. And by now, I would have probably been in a circle and have tangled up my other lines. This fish did manage to get my other line. It's alright though. Oh man. I think this fish has got that line, actually. It's pretty good though. Let's bring him on in here. Well, y'all, this fish did manage to tangle up my lines, but at least the kayak didn't get turned in a complete circle while he did it. Let's get him up here and get some pictures. There we go, buddy. Oh man, I've missed this. Nice fish. Caught him, I don't know, I don't have a graph on this kayak, so I don't know what depth I am, but I'm probably 10 foot, 15 feet deep at the max right now. So cold winter day, getting back in here in these backwaters where this water's heated up, back here with these shad. Got fish back here feeding on them. Well, let's let him go, get these lines back out. See you, buddy. Tell your friends I've missed them. Oh. Fish on, guys, I was blowing my nose. They always hit at the worst times. I had two fingers up my nose. One on and the kayak is spinning a little bit. I've got a wind out here blowing right now. It's not blowing hard, but it's kind of hitting me from, I'm going this way and it's hitting me kind of from the back and from an angle. And this kayak, it needs a rudder on it. That's kind of what it needs, but this new canoe, they've got a flat transom area there. It's not made for a rudder, and they don't make a rudder for it. So when I'm getting a wind that's like a cross breeze or kind of hitting me from the back, like it is right now, even though the motor's keeping going forward, the back end of the kayak's wanting to spin around. It's good to be on some fish, guys, let me tell you. I can't tell you how much I've missed this. Fishing's really my main hobby. It's what I do. And so when I was injured and just stuck at the house the whole time, it was just miserable. Especially when I turn on Facebook or Instagram and see everybody else out there having the fun that I couldn't. It's nice to be back out here though. Real nice. It seems like as the day has went on here and the sun is been out a little longer, I'm sure it's heating up the water. These fish are getting a little bit more active. Hold on to it. Let's bring you in here now. Let's get you up here for a picture. Another nice fish. Like I said, this sun's been out, it's about 4 o'clock now, and it's had plenty of time to heat up the water. These fish seem to be getting a little bit more active. Let's let him go. See you, pal. Let's do it again. Well, guys, that sun is going down and it's getting even colder than it already was, so I'm about to take it to the house. It has been just an absolute fun day out here. It is great to be back out on the water. I caught 5 or 6 fish, I can't remember, but they were all a blast to catch. I mean, I've missed this, so looking forward to doing it again. You know, this kayak, I'm still kind of getting a feel for it, getting a routine down with it here. It's only my second trip in it, and today was really my first long trip. That last one was just a couple hours on the water, so today I've been able to kind of play with it a little more, and you know, I'm just trying to figure out what I can and can't do. So I'm going to keep after it though. I'm going to be back out here again soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.